All right, y'all. So Goku Black has been out for nearly a week at this point. I mean, more so like 5 days, but I think it's been ample time for us to go ahead and talk about how good this guy is and how we're generally feeling about him because I think it was hyped up to be a very, very powerful release. Now, I'm not alone today. I am joined by your boy, Mike. Hello.
It's your boy Mike. Well, what's up? What's up?
Hello.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with Goku Black. I think that he is pretty good, but he's also just fun to play.
I think he's very fun. He's like a skill, not skill track, but like he has a skill curve to him where I think, once you play him more and more and you kind of understand him, then things could start getting really nasty. I feel like this guy is really interesting because the fact that I think his kit personally is just still really broken. It's just he came out and a lot of people didn't really know how to use him properly. I mean, even myself included. And then I saw a wave of people saying like, oh, Goku Black wasn't nearly as good as people are acting like. But now as, time's passing on and people are understanding him, you could truly see how oppressive this guy is on the meta. What do you think? Do you think this guy lived up to people's expectations for him?
I think there were some just like things that people overestimated, and then there were some things that people underestimated, right? Like, I think personally, Goku Black's ult was probably a little bit overhyped. I'm not saying that it's a bad ult in any like sense of the word, right? But like, people were being like, oh my god, it's gonna delete 70% of your health and then have it where like the HP reduction is gonna be insane and this and this and that. And then we learn, oh, if you walk out of the range, well, the HP that you lost from your maximum HP being reduced, it's just gonna be given back to you, right? So in like that way, I think that it was a little probably didn't fit the expectations, but when the stun and the defense lowering, because we didn't really have the numbers at the time, when we actually saw it in game, that I think blew me away when I saw just how much damage you're able to do with the defense lowering and all that, at least for myself personally.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I think especially at like level 1 or so, it just really depends. You kind of have to just hit it properly. I think it could still be very disgusting, especially once it's like late game. I don't think it's necessarily overrated though. I wouldn't agree with that point myself anyways. I do think the ult could be a huge game changer, especially because you can just grab people and keep them inside the zone. Anyways, like if there's someone you really want to target and you land your grab successfully, it could be just really good. So that's kind of,
oh yeah, no, like I said, I think it is like an insanely good ult. I think it's one of the best ults in the game, but it's just like I said, when people first saw it, and because we didn't know how the effect was going to be with the actual HP reduction, that's mostly what I was just saying though, is just that like you get that HP back if you walked out. Again, I still think that it's an insanely broken ult. I was just more so saying that like it probably wasn't as oppressive as it looked like on initial release when everyone just stayed inside of the zone.
yeah, I definitely agree there. It just depends, really. But let's go ahead and see what the community is thinking. So I do have a community post here. Let's see what YouTube is saying here. Not gonna lie, they didn't make him broken. He thought for sure they were gonna make his numbers like Kid Buu or Ultimate Gohan on release. But even though he's good, he's not oppressive. I feel like this is not 100% true. I think Goku Black actually does do pretty decent damage for a technical character. 100%, right? And he also, like, he just has so many things in his kit that just makes him overpowered just by default. Like, and again, like, okay, he doesn't do as much damage as Kid Buu or Ultimate Gohan. If you're talking about that numbers wise, sure. But that doesn't matter because this guy is not about damage. He's doing literally everything else. And it's things that you just don't physically see. Like if you focus on just like, oh, the numbers or even his tankiness, it's like, yeah, sure. But it's the things that you don't see. Like in front of your eyes. Like, oh, you get the movement speed down, you can't vanish, you get all defense down, you take more damage. It's not something that you physically will see sometimes, right? Like, you'll see the debuff there, but it's not like you could see, oh, your health bar and how large it is. Like the ult is like kind of very straightforward, like you see your health that you lose. The grab as well, like you don't, he is immune to all during that. And I think as people learn him more and more, they can time the grab better and better, and you'll see more and more how oppressive this guy is as well. I think,
You know what I think the because I've seen this opinion a little bit too. You know what I think the issue is. Can you, if you can just like pull up technicals real quick.
Mhm.
Well, I guess not necessarily an issue, but more so just like the reason why I think that this is a pretty common opinion is like we look at other technicals who have released other than like the ones that were already in the game, but we look at like Ultimate Gohan, like how they were saying Kid Buu, even Final Form Frieza, and those characters are just ones that can kind of be fine by themselves and aren't doing as much as like Goku Black does in support though, right? Like Ultimate Gohan can just like throw you into a wall and then stun you for 5 seconds and then combo it into his one and then stun you for another 5 seconds, and then it's just like then use his skill 3 and then keep like continuously applying stuff that makes him feel broken, right? But Goku Black, it's like he's a team player. He's making everyone else look good. He's not just looking good by himself a lot of the time. And that's not to say that, like how you said, the numbers aren't pretty good on him, but more so it's just like the effects that he's applying is going to help everyone else more than it's going to help you. And I think that could also just be another reason why it's just like Goku Black might not feel as oppressive, and it's just because like it's a team game. You have to really work with your team, and if they're not working with you, then he's probably not going to look as good, you know.
yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. Like again, but it's also a team-based game, and I feel like that's where we can get to the discussion of Goku Black does not really feel that great in solo queue. Like you could do stuff with him in solo queue, like it's perfectly fine, 100%. But he's just very reliant on his teammates, for sure. That's just how he is as a character. Like he's not going to be the one killing characters outside of his like his ult turns. Like I think when you have his ult, he can do that pretty successfully, but otherwise it doesn't really work out for him. Like in terms of like getting the final hits, obviously if you're very skillful with him, you can get things done. And I've seen like clips of people like 3v1ing with Goku Black, and it can definitely happen, but it's all situational. Whilst if you're in a team with this guy, like you could have people, you could tell him, oh hey, you know, I'm grabbing this guy and placing him here, or I'm applying all defense down, or I'm gonna ult right here, you can combine your ult with me. Like that's not something that you can necessarily do in solo queue. So that's one other thing. But at least for me, I rate characters mostly on like team comps, because I think that's what this game is designed around. This game isn't necessarily designed around solo queue, in my opinion. I think it's designed around you working as a team, right? Regardless, like this is a
For sure.
team game, so that's kind of that there. I do think he's really good. I think he's very oppressive, and the more time passes on, the more you'll see. He's just not like super like in your face oppressive. Does that make sense? Someone mentioned Krillin's nerf isn't too bad because they still explode. Do you think it's an okay compromise, but it's so frustrating to use them again? Yeah, I again, they gutted him not because he's bad, but because he's not nearly as good as he once was. Like that's really it. I think that he's just going back to where he was, where he's just an okay character, right? Like he's not like in line for one of the first technicals you're going to pick anymore. That's kind of it. Very fun, very not very difficult to deal with the grab, luckily. Just gotta hold the old frontal lobe a little bit. So much fun for me personally this season. You usually play with multiple of the Goku Black soundtracks from other games, and it just makes every fight fun. I mean, I think Goku Black, we can agree this guy's very fun, no?
I would say so. Yeah, like it is nice to just ult and then have everyone just lose all of their HP. The skill 3, when it does work and people don't just like vanish out of it or somehow get out of it through an ability of their own, uh it also is just pretty nice to just have it where it just like explodes the field, you know.
Yeah, I think oh yeah, I forgot he also staggers like after the zone explodes. It's so stupid. Very silly, and he can move while moving enemies as well. Can you grab multiple enemies? I forget. Like, I know that was something
Yes.
we were thinking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can grab multiple enemies, right?
You
That's
can,
also
yeah.
really stupid. It's a lot easier to do that when it's higher level, but very silly. A healthy release. I don't agree. Like, what do you think? Do you think he's a healthy release?
The thing is, I want to say that he is, because I feel like out of some of the other characters in the past, I don't know if I'm just like having what is it called, the bias because it's new, you know, but like if it was this or Prime Ultimate Gohan, I think I would rather take Goku Black, right? Like there's is a Goku Black in every single match. You'll definitely have him on like both teams, which also probably could play a little bit into it. But I think what would have just been a more healthy of a release is if they just didn't nerf Krillin and then they possibly buffed other technicals to also be really crazy. I've told you this multiple times. I don't like it when there's a meta that it's like you only see one character and that's the only character you see in that role. I hate that. I hate it for tanks. I hate it for technicals. I hate it for DPS. So it would have been a healthier release if Krillin wasn't nerfed as much as he was, and if we were again having like more variety. But I still think that this is a healthier release than what we've seen in the past, at least for other technicals, in my opinion. Not as good as like. Actually, I don't want to say. I was gonna say I'm probably not as good as Final Form Frieza, but those rocks are annoying, and the fact that they were bugged for so long.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I do think that one thing that kind of influences people's kind of thoughts on this is that we just have more characters, like just in general, and I think people are more understanding of the game and how the game works compared to when Ultimate Gohan came out. We had way less characters, and obviously like the amount of staggers Ultimate Gohan did made it a lot harder for you to play the game than Goku Black did. I don't know if I would say Goku Black is the strongest character that they ever released like 100%, but I do still think he's up there as one of the most annoying characters easily, and one of the stronger characters just regardless. He's doing quite a lot. But there is like some ways to play around him still. It kind of is situational though. Like that's really it. It's just the fact that he has iframes is really stupid. I think if he didn't have those iframes, it takes a huge load for him, because I don't think you should have iframes when you grab someone. I think that's just really stupid. Really, really dumb.
I think it's also dumb as well, because just like we look at the thing is, Gekishin Squadra has done in the past where they'll take out things if they think it's like it doesn't fit the role too well, I guess, or it doesn't fit a move too well. So like Super Saiyan Goku lost his stagger on skill 2. Gamma's lost their stagger on ultimate. It's just things like that, right? So when Gammas have it where they're immune to all for those couple of seconds during their ultimate, when they're doing the like pose, they can only get that during ultimate, and Goku Black is just able to get it with skill 3, and it lasts like I think it's longer than the Gamma's ults, right?
Yeah, it's really interesting because like most characters have immune to all for like a very short period, like Cooler or the Gammas, and the Goku Black's like, yep, nope.
Like we've seen other technicals also get like immune to all basically through their abilities, like again, Ultimate Gohan, Kid Buu, they have it where when they do their ultimates, they're immune to damage, right? But he just does it on skill 3. And again, it just lasts for so long. Sure, you have to be able to have like this and this conditional hit, but not only is it a pretty easy condition, I would say, but it's also something that's just like, again, lasting longer than others. So I don't know. You're adding a small condition in order to get a longer amount of time that you're immune to everything, and then it's also staggering it. Like, I don't know. It's too much. I think it probably is a little too much.
Yeah.
Like one of the effects needs to go. Either it doesn't need to stagger or it doesn't need to last as long for the immunity frames. If no immunity frames at that point.
I mean, I just don't think you should have it. Like,
Yeah.
Like, why are you immune when you're grabbing someone? I think that's dumb. Like, and obviously just makes the zone it's impossible. Like there's no counterplay to it. Like there actually just no counterplay because he's immune, so he doesn't take damage. The zone lasts longer. Like it just actually zero counterplay to that. I think that's really dumb. Because like the whole point is that if you damage this guy, he loses the zone quicker. But then he has a move that makes him immune. So what's the point of that mechanic if he's immune? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it makes the whole like counterplay to him pointless. Like okay, what's the point? You know, you can't damage him in the first place if you're against a smart Goku Black. So because a smart Goku Black will, if he wants his own, he'll just go on or keep you from running really, and then he can either grab you with the skill 1 or he could dive in and then skill 3. And even when he dives in, like he's not going to take a lot of damage if he lands his grab, which, you know, once you start learning this guy more and more, you get the grabs more consistent, and then it's hard for this guy to die, right? So that's kind of it.
Not to say that it's a thing specific to Goku Black, but like defense step also exists too. So even if you miss the grab, you'll still have a little bit of time to be able to get the grab again. If you mess up, you'll just have defense step as a backup.
Yeah. Let's keep looking here. Best tech in the game, easily Y not being overwhelming. Ult is busted and will probably be nerfed if anything. Best tower defending tech, a good example of strong but not overly oppressive. I mean, a lot of people just don't think that this guy is oppressive at all. So that's kind of
next time you should ask if they solo queue or if they team queue.
Yeah.
Like depending on what do you guys think of Goku Black? By the way, unrelated question: do you guys solo queue or do you guys like duo?
Yeah, because I think if you are playing in teams, it's a lot different, obviously, right?
Yeah, nothing against solo queue players, by the way. Just more so that like again, he has a lot of things that are setting up stuff, so it's just like if you don't have teammates who are, you know, with functioning brains, that it's hard to set up stuff with them.
Yeah, I agree. No Rosé is sad. I mean, I think this is fine because base Goku Black has so many like moves and like animations that they could use that I think combining them both into one character would kind of be a waste of what they could do. So I'm fine with it just being base Goku Black, especially as like a mid-season drop. That means that Rosé Goku Black could still be another exciting character they drop in the future as like maybe a season headliner. And then it's like, oh man, Goku Black's finally here. And then again, the good thing about the new reveal schedule is that we don't know when he could be coming. He could realistically come during any season at any time. And he just pops up one day. He's like, yep, this is Rosé. And we're just like, oh my God, that's awesome, right? That's not just speculation. Like, you never know.
Yeah, because we've seen what the flip side of that is, right? Where it's like they try to put two things into one, right? So like, for example, if you're someone who loves Super Saiyan God Goku, but you're like someone who really loves God Goku from the Broly movie because you just love the animations in that, you love the moves that he's doing with the like the bind, and then having it where it's like he again feels more like a technical or a tank character. So it's the first time that Goku can be a different role, and then they come out with Super Saiyan God Goku in Gekishin, and then like his moves are scattered around from like this movie and this fight from what is it, from the anime, and then it's God shoot from the Universal Survival Saga, and then it just feels like, okay, well, if you are a person who loves Super Saiyan God Goku, well, I'm sorry to say, but like, I don't think they're going to be doing something like this in the future. And because they wanted to just get everything, it doesn't really help anyone, you know? So it's like, okay, if Rosé transformed right now, then he would miss out on all of his scythe moves if his thing just did not change. So this at least gives the opportunity in the future where we can get a Rosé and they can have a scythe and do a lot of these like DPS type moves, you know?
I agree. And also it would prevent them from I don't know, like maybe nah, I'm not gonna say it. They probably would find some shenanigans to do like some sort of summonable skin. Because they're like, oh man,
every day with you, dude. It's not you.
Look, I
cannot stop talking.
I hate them. We all hate them, but they're gonna keep doing them. I mean, I've told you this. I think they're just gonna keep doing them. We
all hate the summonable skins. Anyways, I think it would be so cool if Goku.
I didn't say that would be cool. Did I say that? Okay,
it would be so. It would be so.
Okay, look, that's a whole other video. We'll get into that topic later. Anyways, he's as balanced as Bardock and Goku. Yeah, so unbalanced. Why do we make Krillin like trash? You only need to get his damage and cooldowns nerfed. Yeah, I think facing Goku Black is gonna get boring for sure. I think he's very fun, but it's gonna get boring. Krillin only needed a damage nerf, in my opinion. Like, the mind's not exploding. I think we're fine. I think they got him a bit too hard. Like, just nerf the damage he does, and then just make the mines non-explodable. And he's just a lot better, but he's not broken. He just does way too much damage. That's really it. But like, I don't know why they nerfed the wrong thing. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Let's look at some Twitter comments though. Twitter replies. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Definitely not as brain dead and broken as Zito's Red. His kit is certainly overloaded, but he has more counterplay and holes in his kit than we thought. I agree. You think he'd actually be kind of mid without his base HP, the absurd amount of it? I think that's fair, because like obviously, again, there are situations where, you know, even though you are immune to wall, you will take damage sometimes, right? You're not going to be immune to wall every single second of the match. So it just allows his zone to kind of last longer and kind of play up a little bit more. Still could use some tweaks, but there's no Bardock, Dende, or Bulma. I feel like I do agree. I think Bardock, Dende is absurd. I think him and Bulma just like, I mean, him and Tanks, they just do different things, but it's hard to kind of say for sure. Like, that as a technical release, like in terms of like technical releases, he's on the tier of a Bardock and Bulma release. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm actually on the opposite side though. I think he needs an HP nerf, because why does a tech who already has a immune to all move, who has a higher like speed than other characters because he's a tech, have the highest or second highest HP in the entire game? That is so dumb. We have tanks who have less HP than him. Almost every tank has less HP than him. That's dumb. That's so like, that's just how I see it though. Like, I don't know. I just don't like that. Again, when we look at someone like Bulma, for example, right, who has it where they have the capsule that has its own HP and has it where they have one of the fastest speeds in the game because of the ride, right? Having it where they have a smaller amount of HP because they have such a high mobility and high escape potential makes it where it's balanced. Goku Black is not balanced in that way. That's what I think.
I feel like the thing though is, again, the reason why I don't mind it is I only mind it because he's also immune. If he wasn't immune, I don't think it'd be that big too. Like,
Yeah.
even with the defense up, he doesn't feel super crazily tanky. I think he'd still be a bit squishy, especially with how like disgusting some DPS could be. And regardless of his HP, I think he could still get just like ran down by like Hefla or Goku, you know. That still is a thing. So, what a horrible experience in solo queue. Yeah, do everything possible just for nobody to be there.
Thank you. LP got the memo. He told us that he was solo queue. Now we know.
I mean, that was my experience too. Like the first night I played him was in solo queue, and it was genuinely awful.
That's just solo queue in general, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I think Goku Black is very team reliant on your team doing right things and playing off of your plays. But Goku Black is like best playmaker and defense for towers in the game. He's just so good on that. Because even his ult has like just a better version of what I think the Super Saiyan Vegeta ult effect is. Well, okay, not the actual effect itself, but like what it does to the opponents, where it's like, okay, Super Saiyan Vegeta ults kind of makes everyone disperse away from the ult so it doesn't feed him. But then it also like gets them off the tower or whatever area you're trying to hit. Whilst Goku Black is the same thing, except, oh, if you're in this AoE range, you will get killed. So you genuinely have to leave. Unlike Vegeta's, where it's like you won't necessarily get killed, but you're just feeding him. You can probably still kill him through it even sometimes. Just not like super easily. This guy, it's like, well, you're at like 30% of your HP that you usually have. So
yeah.
I think that's good, but also you could just move them off the tower and you can keep them from entering in the first place. So it's pretty good. Big Spears, I agree. Frieza is better. You are biased. Or oh wait, I don't want to click on this. What did I just? I don't want to click on it. I don't know what that is.
Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the real issue here. Roundabouts. I think Goku Black
bro.
would be better if it wasn't.
Yeah, 100%. Surprisingly good release. Doesn't feel as unfair as we initially thought, but he has some of the most insane capabilities. I mean, people are saying kind of generally the same things. Nowhere near as broken as everyone kept saying he was. Kind of. I think, like, okay, if we're ranking like the, in fact, let me bring this up real quick. All right, so if I was gonna say like, okay, let's talk about the most stupid releases ever. Just like off the top of my head, let's go on. We got Badaku, we got Bulma. Vegeta, I think it's probably here. In comparison to these guys, I think he's actually here. Oh, this obviously like more so that's okay. God, I can't type, dude. Okay, whatever. And then I would say Goku Black's here, personally, or you could say here. I think he's up here. This is not in any order, by the way, but like, I think Goku Black is one of the most insane releases in this game's history. I think a lot of people don't know how to use them properly. That's it. Immune to all needs to be way shorter. I think we kind of agree on that, right?
Yeah. 1 second of immune to all.
Or just none.
Or the, yeah.
You installed Squadra, you tried playing Goku Black, fucked you, tried again, same result, close the game. Sad. That's unfortunate. Could touch the pool boy is fine, not broken at all. Kid Buu is still very equal to him. I don't agree. Ult is better for bosses. I don't agree. Like, okay, it has the debuff, but Goku Black's ult like keeps people away from bosses as well. And it's just better for team fights, I think, in general. The leg grab is as good as his skill 3 minus the group stun. That's just not true. Like the group stun, like like, oh yeah, besides the fact that you could stun like 3 enemies, and the grab is way easier to land as well. than Kid Buu's grab. Like, I think Kid Buu's grab is like not nearly as easy to land as Goku Black's grab. And again, AoE stun as well. And the fact that you forcibly move them to where you want to move them. It's not a fixed movement. You move them to where you want to move them. You're also invincible when you're grabbing someone. Like, how? This is not even close. Like, this is just like not even comparable. Parts are as good as the defense down on the skill too. I mean, the parts are good, but the skill 2 is an AoE defense down. And again, it also AoE stuns.
Don't forget that it also it also applies defense up, so
Oh yeah, it's also buffing your allies. And again, the more enemies it hits, the greater the range it is. Which is very funny. Yeah, this guy's pretty stupid, man. He's too popular for characters, so 90% of people who run him are bad. The other 10% are never in the team. This, I was talking about this with Abe.
I was trying not to laugh because I read that comment like a minute ago, and I've just been like, I've been low-key giggling.
Bro, I was talking about this with Abe. Because we recorded a video that should be out later tonight. People have this like mentality that the world is against them when they're solo queuing. Like, oh man, I always get the bad players on my team. It's like, that's not always going to happen every single game. Sometimes the enemy team has bad players. Sometimes, you know, maybe you have good teams in your, like good players on your team. And I just think there's always this like doom post, like, oh man, everyone sucks. No, right? You know, I don't think that's true.
I mean, yeah, like ignore the Gekishin Squadron open, but I like the thing is, right, is as bad as it is, you can still somewhat communicate to your teammates inside of the game, and like, for example, I was recording 2 videos recently where I was playing with people who I just ran into in queue, right? There was the Super Saiyan Goku video that we did yesterday, and then there was like the Gekishin moments to fall asleep to the day before. And both times I played with someone in like who was just like filling up a 4th slot through just regular queue, and they were really good. And I added them, and then we played more afterwards. Like, stuff like that can happen if you're like, yes, we all complain about solo queue and just like bad teammates, but that doesn't mean that there aren't, like how you said, also good teammates out there who are, it's just something you also just have to communicate about. But like, there are good teammates out there, you just have to kind of like look for them.
I agree. He's not as broken as his kid makes him seem. He had a lot of fun playing on solo queue. I think opposite to what most people are saying here. Skill 3 is a little buggy, but honestly, it's for the better. You got it. He's not as toxic. Better than Beers by Mountains. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Playing tech without a Goku Black means you're about to despise every single aspect of your life leading up to that point. Yeah, I think people are saying Goku Black's not that bad, but then every team has a Goku Black. So it's like even. But the second you have a team where you have even just like Kid Buu or Ultimate Gohan or even Hit, it's like Frieza, you feel the lack of Goku Black on your team because he does so many things. It's like people are saying, yeah, it's, I have read this obviously, but like, oh, again, I'm repeating my point, but Goku Black's not that bad, man. I just have him on my team every game, and like facing him is not that bad. But it's like, if you don't have him there, you'll notice the difference. Does that make sense?
That's the reason why I'm scared to like make other technical videos. It's because it's like that one tweet where it's like the things people want to do to you when you try playing like a low tier.
Yeah.
But it's just like, dude, yeah, it's either Goku Black or nothing right now, unfortunately. That's why
I think that
I was saying they shouldn't have nerfed Krillin. But yeah,
if you're skillful enough, it's not that bad, but you just gotta play to your strengths. At the same time, though, you could definitely feel the lack of Goku Black still.
Yeah. That doesn't mean you can't lose if you're playing Goku Black and someone else is playing something different. By the way, it's just, you know, you have to jump through a little bit more hurdles than usual.
People love to rush them and by themselves. Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
If I rush in and my team doesn't follow me, then it's their fault. And if I don't go in with them, then it's because I was being smart and they were gonna die anyways.
It's okay, but the meta, the bugs, the crashes, and making this the worst season by far. I mean, the crashes of people not opening the game is not bad, but like, I don't think the meta is in a bad spot at all. Like, I mean, the issue is Goku, Bardock. I mean, I wouldn't say the meta is bad, but like, I think it's less the meta and more how the game is played. Power chipping is just so powerful in this game. Right now, it's absurd how like easy it is to chip towers. It shouldn't be this easy, in my personal opinion. Like, the tier 1 towers, low-key, don't even matter that much. If anything, like, well, okay, I don't want to say that. They're important, but I just feel like at a certain point, it's like you kind of auto take them regardless. They're so important though. Like, I guess I shouldn't like undervalue that. I feel tripping again is still just too strong. And yeah. That's kind of it, really. Another thing, I was talking with Jordan about this the other day. Jordan's like one of the best technicals just in the game. And he was saying like one issue you could say that the game has is the barriers around the map. Like the fact that that's like are kept from entering the enemy side of the map sometimes, because the thing is, because of the things like the barriers, a character like Goku could be even more impressive than he already is. Because if you're a God Goku, you could just sit behind the barrier, and it's like, you know, obviously you can still theoretically die behind a barrier, but it's like way harder to do so. You know, you would have to invest a lot more. What happened? This guy Mike only barely mentioned to me that it was crackling audio in the background for the last 30 seconds, but whatever, we move. Anyways, what I was saying is like with how the barriers are, it allows a character like Goku to just kind of sit behind the barriers for free and just not worry about doing anything. But
yeah, like I think that if you don't want to have it where the entire lane in between, like the middle, is open, that's okay if the tower is still there. But you know, when you lose a tower and you're able to just migrate over on your end, not the enemy's end, I think if that was just like permanently open, I would also be okay with that. Where it's like people can rotate from bosses a lot easier, and if they need to, they can go ahead and flank. But at the same time, it has to be done from your end. It's not done from the enemy's end, not done from the enemy's tower. You know what I mean? Like they can't just be like, okay, you push a little too far, now you die, because we're just right behind you. Now it's more like, okay, no, they're like pushing us from the front, we have to get out of here.
Yep, I agree. So either way, there's not much else to say about Goku Black. Just like a quick little video I wanted to do, kind of wrapping up people's thoughts. Hope you guys did enjoy. Check out your boy Mike. He'll be linked to this video.
Hi.
And yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, everyone.